Hey guys, I've been using this Honor Magic V5 from the last 3 months, and today I'm going to share my review about this phone. Before this, I used Find N5, Vivo X Fold 5, and this is the only device that satisfied me the most. So I'm going to share my 3 months of experience as a review. So let's start. Alright guys, let's talk about the build quality of the Magic V5. The Magic V5 has an aluminum side frame with a back panel that has a blend of aramid fiber, S-grade glass fiber, and PBO fiber. And that's the thing actually keeps the device incredibly light and also offers a high impact resistance. That sounds great, right? And the outer display comes with the anti-scratch nanocrystal shield protection that's specially made by Honor. It seems like Honor really made this phone very precisely, and that was true. This phone has an excellent build quality for everyday usage that holds up well over time, and this is a solid phone that built to last. The back panel on this phone actually feels so soft, even it has a brushed effect like a star trail kind of pattern, but still this thing is so soft to touch, like a polished metal. And this phone comes with a side-mounted fingerprint sensor, and that thing is actually fast. And another most important thing about this phone is the hinge. It is a steel hinge that is made by three aerospace grade materials. And Honor never compromise when it comes to build quality. And this thing is actually made like a tank. And talking about the hinge, it has three things: a high hardness zirconium based liquid metal, and a corrosion resistant titanium alloy, and a lightweight carbon fiber. That sounds insane, right? Honor did all this to keep this phone thin and lightweight, and I can say that thing is actually worth. Because of this, I don't feel like I'm using a foldable phone. And this thing actually weighs around 222 grams. And the phone feels actually light and thin in my hands. Talking about the thickness, this phone comes around 8.8 mm thickness when folded, and when unfolded, it comes around 4.2 mm. And there is another version called the Ivory White. It comes around only 4.1 mm thickness. This phone was actually so thin, and when compared to my normal candy bar style phone, this thing is so thinner than that. That sounds so thin, and the hinge mechanism in this phone is actually so smooth. I'm not going to say this is too tight like the Samsung's hinge, but it's so good. And even with a soft and smooth finish, this phone actually feels so grippy. And I want to mention the in-hand feel of this phone is fantastic. It's because of the weight management and thickness of the phone. And actually, I'm a one-handed user. I just like to use my phone just with one hand, and this thing is actually so good. It's like I don't need to use my another hand to type, to scroll. This phone is just perfect to use just with one hand, and the slight curved edges that actually helps to use the phone without any hassle. It's not going to be hard like the Samsung Z Fold 7's sharp edges. And honestly, this is easily one of the best in-hand experience I've had on any foldable. And talking about the design, this phone looks stunning and premium. That the returnable version of the Magic V5 is just fantastic. It makes me feel like this phone is actually handcrafted one. Every inch of this phone looks dazzling, especially the hinge. It's crafted precisely with a triangle pattern on it. It looks captivating like a handmade piece of art. What do you think about the hinge design? Do you like it? This phone's design has actually grown on me over time, so I can say this is my favorite design on a foldable phone. And I wish to see more foldable phone designs like this. So what do you think? Do you like the design? Just drop a comment and let me know. And now, talking about the displays on this phone is just immersive. And for the outer display, we got 6.43-inch LTPO OLED display with 120Hz refresh rate. And the same applies with the inner display with a 7.95-inch screen. Both the displays looks rich and colorful, and the multimedia experience on this phone is genuinely on another level. I watched so many movies on this phone, and I can say the display is stunning. Based on my usage, both the displays looks incredibly bright in both indoors and outdoors, and I never strained my eyes while using the phone. And I had no problem while using the inner display on outdoors because of the anti-reflective coating on it. But the outer display does struggle in direct sunlight. I do wish it had the same treatment, though it's not a huge problem. I'm happy to see that Honor fits it with the Magic V6. The crease on this phone is very minimal, and once the screen is on, you completely forget about it. Honestly, it's not a big deal, and I never really notice it, and the crease is not a big issue for me. And we got some great grease with the Oppo's Find N6, so we can expect the same with the next Honor Magic V series. And this phone has a 5000 nits peak brightness, but that only works while watching some HDR contents. That's not going to work everywhere. And the typical brightness on this phone is around 1200 to 1600. For day-to-day usage, I never felt any issue with the display except the anti-reflective coating on the outer screen. Other than that, the screen looks super cool, bright, and rich. And we have several options to change the display color mode in the settings, and that thing is actually cool. Now I'm using the phone in vivid mode, and Honor really cares about our eyes, and this phone has settings like Honor Eye Comfort mode that has several settings where you can adjust the PWM dimming, where you can change the eye comfort display modes like night mode, ebook mode. So I tried using it in nighttime and I tried those display modes and it's pretty useful. And to be fair, I didn't got much eye strain while using the eye comfort display mode. And Honor really did a great job with the displays. So I think now it's time to talk about the performance of this device. This phone has a Snapdragon 8 Lite with 16 GB of RAM and 512 gigs of storage. And that's a deadly combo. And this phone feels really fast, snappy, and the app opening and closing are actually smooth and responsive. And this phone is capable of running many AAA games, yeah, because of the 8 Lite and 16 GB of RAM. And in my usage, I played a lot of games with this phone. Not a lot of games. I mostly use this phone just to play games and to watch movies. And in my daily usage, I never felt any lag while using this phone. This phone is super fast. I'm not going to give a complaint about that. I'm used to stack so many apps in the background, and even after that, I never felt any lag while using the phone. So I can say it is pretty fast. The thermal management in this device is pretty balanced. We know this is a thin foldable phone. We can't expect a red magic level performance. While playing some games, I felt a severe heat near the camera model and in the camera model. So I think that's not a good thing. It can easily damage the phone over time. I fixed the problem just with a gaming cooler. So if you're someone who used to play so many games with the Magic Leap by just buy a gaming cooler and enjoy playing. Heat kills your phone. Remember that. So apart from this phone is powerful and capable of running so many great games. And this phone is lag free. I can say this phone I never faced any lags. Even with the heat, those gameplays are pretty smooth, and I can't see any drop in the FPS. And this phone has a 5820 mAh battery. I want to say that this phone gave me one of the best battery life I ever had on a foldable phone. Like, I really got around 7 to 8 hours with the inner screen with normal usage. And for the outer screen, I got around 10 to 12 hours with normal usage. And with heavy usage, only 1 to 2 hours lesser than that. And the battery optimization on this phone is on another level. I got a 66-watt wired charger in the box, and this phone supports 50-watt wireless charging. And with the 66-watt wired charger, I can charge this phone within a hour. So the battery and charging is powerful on this device, and I have no issue with that. And when I bought this phone, it came with the Magic OS 9. And after that, I received the update for Magic OS 10 with Android 16. I've used Magic OS 9 and Magic OS 10, and honestly, I can't find much of a difference between them. Before this, I used Oxygen OS 1 UI, and coming from that, this OS feels a little bit awful. But the Magic OS has its own uniqueness. The OS feels clean, minimal, and polished, And for daily usage, that feels so smooth, like from scrolling through apps, app opening and closing, every animation looks clean and crisp. And after Magic OS 10, I got a theme like the first roster class in the notification bar and in the quick setting panel. It feels similar like the liquid glass in the iOS. I know it's a copy, but it looks too good in the Magic OS. I mean, most of the smartphone brands doing the same by copying the iOS style, but Honor did a great job by bringing the frosted glass to the Magic OS, and this thing looks more refined and better than others. I don't know how to say, but this feels like a better copy. The UI feels very responsive. But if you are someone who's coming from the Color OS, One UI, or Oxygen OS, and I'm going to say you're not going to like this. It will take some time to like the Magic OS, but still you'll feel like you're missing something if you're coming from the Color OS or One UI or some other. So, Honor, if you're watching this video, we need a serious upgrade with the Magic OS 11. But still, I really like the frosted glass effect and the clean, non-intrusive UI. It's something I've gotten used to. And the Magic OS has few things like the lock screen customization, and it has many other AI features that are actually useful in everyday usage. So I feel Magic OS is pretty good. Now we are going to talk about the most important part of the phone. It's the cameras. The cameras on this phone is splendid. And talking about the specs, this phone has a 64 MP periscope telephoto camera, 50 MP main, and 50 MP wide. And for the front camera, both the exterior and interior display has a 20 MP selfie camera. This camera supports a focal length of 13mm, 23mm, 70mm, and 140mm, and it supports digital zoom up to 100x. And with the daylight shots, the camera produces sharp, detailed, and very natural looking shots. And the rear camera supports up to 4K 60 FPS for videography. And even in the nighttime, the camera delivers consistent performance with accurate colors. But still, I feel the low light could be better. And the selfie cameras, they are pretty usable and they support up to 4K 30 FPS for videography. And the post processing in the selfie camera looks terrible. And personally, I don't like the skin tones that the selfie camera produces. It looks more artificial. The periscope camera is fantastic. It captures some great pictures with good dynamic range and control highlights with some excellent details. The ultra-wide cameras are decent and performs good in daylight. Those 3x and 6x shots are truly incredible. Consistently delivers some great pictures, and for close-up shots you can take some excellent photos, and those pictures looks natural with well-balanced colors. And for the zoom shots and long-range shots, that's where the AI kicks in, but you can turn it off in the camera settings. The main camera mode has some filters like vibrant, natural, authentic, and you can take some beautiful photos with that. And for the portrait mode, it takes some cinematic portrait shots, and the portrait mode too has some filters that are actually very useful and beautiful. Personally, I love the portrait mode in this phone. Talking about the videography, this phone can shoot some sharp and detailed videos, and I don't have any complaint with the videography. And I will add a 10x video I shot with this phone. I tried macro photography with this phone, and the macro shots looks unreal. And with this phone, I really don't need a macro lens to take macro pictures. So I can say with this phone, you can do some beautiful macro photography. However, in my experience, the camera still struggles in certain lighting conditions, but I tackled it with the Pro mode. But we can't use the Pro mode every single time. Before adjusting the ISO autofocus, we'll miss the best shot that we've seen before minutes. And apart from this, I have no other issues with the camera. For a foldable phone, this is a great set of cameras. I think it has more than we need. And as per me, this phone has a solid camera and it is best for everyday usage. And if you understand Pro mode or already you know how to use it, you can get the kind of shots you want from this phone. In the 3 months, I captured around 1,000 photos with a Magic V5. And I'm going to share some of the photos in this video. So please do share your thoughts about the photos and comment what you think about the cameras of the Magic V5. I know it's 2026. We got the Oppo Find N6. It has a greater pre-scale cameras, but I can compare the Magic V5 with the Oppo Find N6. If you want a comparison, do drop a comment. I'll bring it for you. The Honor Magic V5 has dual stereo speaker, and that sounds really loud, clear, and well balanced with crisp vocals and decent bass. With high volume, it sounds even more good. I'm not going to say this is the best stereo speaker ever made on a foldable phone, but this one sounds great. And I want to talk about my three favorite things about the Honor Magic V5. The first one is multitasking. The multitasking in this phone is actually like the OnePlus and Oppo family, and I really do love it. I can use four apps at the same time using the app trio. I can use three apps in the split screen, and I can use the fourth app in the floating bar, and that feels really fast and responsive. And the second thing, wait, I have a story for that. I have some hyperactive nephews in my home. They have a history of not giving pose to photos, and if they see a camera, they'll run like the flash. Within a minute, they'll run away from the place. So the Honor Magic V5 has a feature called the Screen Collab mode that is present on the camera app. This feature is an interesting one, as if I turn on the Screen Collab mode, the animation video will be displayed on the outer display, and I can easily take pictures from the inner display. And actually, I tried this with those kids, and they responded to the animation video, and I took some great portrait shots of them, and I'm really happy about that. And I feel this feature is really helpful and useful in real world usage, and I'm very happy about that. It is like hypnotizing your kids with animation video just to take a picture. And my third favorite thing is the AI edit. With the AI edit, I can use the AI eraser to erase unwanted subjects, humans, and it has AI upscale. I can actually upscale the image. If I took some pictures like a blurry shot or some noisy shot, I can easily use the AI upscale to upscale the image. And my other favorite is the AI cutout. I can actually remove the background and separate the subject from the picture. And I can even change the background with this. So I feel that thing is more useful in real life. I used it twice while editing some of my photos. And other thing is the AI outpainting. You can actually expand your photo with whatever aspect ratio you want, and you can create your own wallpaper or you can create your own picture. So that thing actually useful, and I feel these three things are my top favorite thing, and that's really useful on the Honor Magic V5. I really want to talk about this one particular thing, and it is the camera bump on this phone. I know many of you hate this for its size, but it is actually a good grip. The camera have two uses. You can use it to take pictures, and whenever you're not taking picture, you can use it as a grip. I don't know how many of them using this camera bump as a grip. So if you're using like me, just drop a comment and let me know. And coming to the conclusion, I feel the Honor Magic V5 is still a better phone in 2026. The Magic V6 is launched only in China. I think it will reach globally around July, but we got the Oppo Find N6 before that, and it is more superior than the Honor Magic V5 in some aspects. It has a better freeze control, better display, and a better processor, better multitasking. Yeah, I want to mention this. Multitasking on the ColorOS 17.1. I mean, the one comes with the Oppo Find N6 is pretty awesome. I was astonished while I was watching those multitasking videos. It's like, what the hell was that? How they brought something like this? But if we compare the Oppo Find N6 with the Magic V6, The Magic V6 feels a bit superior, but when it comes to software and multitasking, Oppo beats the Magic V6. But the Magic V6 has a better durability, better IP rating, and it has a better anti-reflective coating. Oppo just now tried the anti-reflective coating, but Honor mastered it. So I feel both has its own positive and negative. So if you want any other comparisons or videos, just to drop a comment, I'll do it for you. If you love this video, please don't hesitate to press the subscribe button and do it now, right now.